Hey guys, and welcome back to this Chelsea FIFA 19 career mode. You'll be pleased to know I've lowered the volume because when I scored some of them amazing goals and I screamed, a lot of you were wearing headphones and it subsequently made you deaf, or so you told me it did. So we've lowered the volume quite a fair bit. I asked you to vote on which centre-back you'd like us to sign. De Ligt actually won that vote, but a few decent comments and suggestions actually came in. I've been reading through. So the Skriniar thing is there because I've offered his valuation of 73 million or whatever they asked for, but I think that's too much to pay. So I've been reading through the comments. De Ligt won the vote. Harry Maguire was very heavily suggested, and people saying because he's English, it would make sense to get him in the Premier League as well. Koulibaly and Jonathan Tah also suggested, along with the likes of Varane. Everyone was kind of split, but De Ligt obviously 19. I know he's a very common signing, but we've got to do what's right for us in this career mode. So first of all, what I'm going to do is go for the English player, Harry Maguire from Leicester. We know his valuation, we know what he's all about. He was great in the World Cup, and I think he would be a solid addition. Just 25 years of age as well, so probably in his prime or approaching his prime. So we're going to go in and see if we can get him. So he's valued at 20 mil, so I'm going to go straight in with a slightly higher offer of 21.5 million. See what Leicester say about this. I think they're going to want more, 37.5. But when you think of what some of the fees have been asked for, so like he's half the price of Skriniar, so it makes total sense to kind of go down this route. Let's up our bid to, we'll up it to 24 million. I reckon we could get him relatively cheap, you know. Gonna have to do better than that. So they've come down to 30. 25.5 is the next step we'll take. Obviously there is a sell-on clause in there as well, but if I was to buy Harry Maguire for this kind of money, I'll be looking to keep him round for a very long time. And Leicester are going to have a think about it. Maybe that's enough for them. Koulibaly's valuation is the initial stumbling block. We do have the money, especially as Fabregas is likely to leave the club as well. But 75 million for a centre-back is a lot, especially when we can probably get Maguire for, let's say 30, I think would be enough for them to accept that. Jonathan Tah shortlisted as well. His valuation is 26, another player that I'd be highly interested in. But we'll see how we get on with these Maguire negotiations, and we'll jump through to our next game. Before we do that, we're going to have to congratulate Wilfried Zaha, who grabbed the January Player of the Month award. That's obviously the wrong month because we're only 7 days into January. That was in the patch notes. That's coming. EA have got a fix for it. Now, Leicester have come back. 30.9 is what they're asking for Harry Maguire. We are going to negotiate that down. 27.5 is going to be my next bid, and I think that will be enough to turn these negotiations in our favour and get the opportunity to negotiate with Harry himself. Just 25 years old, like I said, bright future ahead of him in the game. Was linked with Man United in the summer, but that move didn't happen for one reason or another. But it looks as though he could be heading to Chelsea right here, right now. So we're negotiating with him. Important first team player. Great, that's what he's happy. Old Slabhead, as they refer to him. How many years do we want him to sign for? Let's start with an initial 3-year contract. He may want more. He's fine with 3. Doesn't want a release clause. We don't want a release clause either. He's on 68 grand a week at Leicester. So he's going to let us make the offer. I'm going to go with 75. And I always add a sign-in bonus. I know you don't have to, but we'll see if he accepts 150 grand as a sign-in bonus. Be willing to accept a lower wage, but he wants a bigger sign-in bonus. I don't really want to. I know you can delegate these and take them away, but I would rather pay him more money each week and lower that sign-in bonus significantly to 250k. These parts of the negotiations are really annoying. And after 25 appearances, we'll give him 750,000. He'll make that this season, I'm sure of it, especially if we go far in the Europa League and things like that. If you're really interested, you should have no problem paying a wage. I haven't, it's the bonuses. Do you know what? I'm just going to submit it. Let's just get it done. Harry Maguire joins the club. You all moan at me for being tight. I'm not being tight now. I've paid him what he wants. We've got Harry Maguire for 40 million less than what we'd have paid for Skriniar. The good news about that is it makes Leicester weak. Leicester recently, I think they beat us. Did they beat us? They did beat us, I'm sure of it, at Stamford Bridge. They're in 4th place, so that makes them very weak. Like I said, the negotiations have fallen through for Skriniar, an option we will revisit in the summer, hopefully using David Luiz as part of the deal. But we've got all the money that we spent on Harry Maguire back now, basically, because Cesc has completed his move to PSG. Loan offer for Emerson. See, it's a decent one. It would be in our interest to send him out, but he's kind of our only backup left back. So as much as I'd love Emerson to go out to Napoli and get some more experience and develop further, we are going to reject that. And also we've had some international management jobs come in, but I'm not doing that. We want to stay focused here at Chelsea. Lots of you suggesting this man as our Pedro replacement. Lorenzo Insigne obviously scored the winner in stoppage time against Liverpool last night. I will shortlist him. I say last night. It's obviously the night before as you're watching this. I will shortlist him because his stats are absolutely lethal. His valuation is high. If we sell Pedro and or use him as part of the deal, we'd probably be able to save some money on that. In terms of a Fabregas replacement, we probably don't need one. Let's be real. We've got Loftus-Cheek coming through. Kovacic is only on loan, and I would like to make that deal permanent. So, I don't know whether to go in for Saul here, who can play on the right, left, or the centre of midfield, and get him now, or to save the money we've got until the summer when Kovacic's loan deal ends, and try and bring him in on a permanent basis. Let me know your thoughts. More bids coming in. We've got some prize money. The FA Cup, good. Press conference, don't care about that. Match reschedule, do not care about that. Wow, big offer from Milan, who want Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He's one of the bright young stars here at Chelsea, and I'm not about selling my young English players. Even though that offer is very tempting, Ruben Loftus-Cheek will be staying. As will Marcus Alonso, who has been the subject of a £23.4 million bid from Arsenal, who are in fact our next opponents. I wouldn't sell him, certainly wouldn't sell him to a rival, and I definitely wouldn't sell him for £23 million to our next opponent. So that is not happening. Let's jump into that Arsenal game now and see if we can build on the form that we've shown since changing to this new formation that we've been playing recently. I just mentioned the new formation, but I've had a last-minute change of heart. Because the standard of opposition today is slightly higher than what we've faced in recent weeks, I am not going to go with the three at the back. I want to be solid first of all, and then see if we can hit Arsenal on the break, because they're at home. So the home side looking very strong and very robust on paper. You can see Gini Wijnaldum, the new signing there, in that holding midfield role. It's a 4-2-3-1 formation for them with the pacey Aubameyang up top by himself. Rugani, who we were interested in signing, is actually on the bench. We are going to play a 4-3-3 formation. No real surprises in the lineup, apart from the fact that Harry Maguire comes in to take his, make his debut, and he's taken the number 4 shirt, which was vacated by Cesc Fabregas. Oh, that's a nice ball. Toledo could be in here. Oh, wow. How about that? What a start. 3 minutes on the clock, and it's an absolute thunderbolt. Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. Simple 1-2, got them through the defence. I don't know whose side that is. I think that's Rudiger's side. But he went and left his position. Look at those fans in the boxes. See them? Statue. Stood dead still. Yeah, it was Rudiger's side. He vacated his position. Maguire couldn't get across. Azpilicueta inside to Jorginho. Big touch. Mesut Ozil puts a tackle in. What is wrong with FIFA? Very unrealistic this year. Here is El Nene. Plays the ball forward to Aubameyang, who's got the pace. Even though Rudiger's quick, Aubameyang will get there and slabhead heads the ball away and then clears it for good measure. That's exactly what we signed him for. Aubameyang in the left channel, causing Rudiger all sorts of issues. Shot comes in from Ozil. Maguire doesn't deal with it. What's going on there? What? How on earth is that a pen? Are you serious? I literally just stood there. Harry Maguire, 15 minutes into his debut, is given a penalty away, and Arsenal got a chance to double their lead. He doesn't even do anything. There is no contact. Unbelievable. Aubameyang against Kepa, trying his best to put him off. Aubameyang steps up. Kepa with a good save down low. To me, that is justice. Never a penalty in the first place. Some of you may disagree, but doesn't matter. Still 1-0. He kept it out. Aubameyang puts the ball into the box. Alonso's lost his man. And Kepa with the save. It is all Arsenal in the opening 20 minutes or so in this game so far. We've got to sort our lives out. Seriously. Good ball. Harry Maguire gives chase this time. Puts a good challenge in. Have a bit of that, Aubameyang. That could have been a foul. That was more of a foul than what the penalty challenge was. The only problem with this 4-3-3 formation, yes, it's good in the sense that Kante, Jorginho and Kovacic can all play on the field together, but it means Hazard finds it very difficult to get involved and have a real impact on the game, and that for us is a big blow because he's playing wide in that left position. Kovacic is there though. This is why we like it. We're giving the ball away. Good winner. Jorginho will win that second ball as well. Kante keeps possession. Looks for Kovacic. Kovacic into Jorginho. Helps it on. Pedro with the first time hit. It's a good block from Kolasinac. And Leno just leaves the ball and lets it roll out for a corner. That could be problematic for Arsenal now. Corner comes in. Harry Maguire. So good in the air. Such a threat from set pieces. Scored a few goals for England in the World Cup. It's gone high and wide. Maybe just the one for England. Can't remember. No, I think it was 2. So 5 minutes before half-time, we're starting to come into this game a little bit. Kovacic, Kante, drills one to Pedro. Pedro doesn't really know what he's up to out there on the wing. I think a change of formation is imminent at half-time. Although, we might not need one because we might get back into it now with Cardi. Here's Pedro. Chance to make amends. There's players in the box. Pedro cuts back onto his left foot. Hits a drive and hits the woodwork. Never really going to catch Leno out from there. He shouldn't do anyway. But it was very unlucky. I think it caught the keeper by surprise. Here's Kovacic. Nice turn. Ball into Hazard. Chance for him to have an impact on the left. Eden Hazard. I love that. Leno will be disappointed to be beaten like that right on the stroke of half-time. Chelsea won, Arsenal won, and it's no less than we deserve. This last 15 minutes or so, we've played some great stuff. Pedro come mighty close moments ago, and now we've finally got ourselves level. So going into the second half, no substitutions yet, but a change of formation. I've gone to the 4-2-3-1. Hazard is still on the left. Kovacic is going to play as a cam for the moment. We have got Ross Barkley on the bench, if need be. But we're just looking to tighten things up, win all these balls in midfield like that. And go to Kante, what a header. And then put Arsenal under a little bit more pressure. Here is Kovacic. Like I said, in that cam roll right now. He's going to hit that. Oh, it nearly drops to Icardi. He goes flying in. But Leno held on. Kovacic again. Nice ball round the corner. Pedro finds Icardi. Hazard makes a run. Touch. Finesse. Deflection. Oh, it was close. It was close. And transfer confirmed. Did you see that news in the top left? PK signed for Man United. Arsenal trying to play short. Out from the back. That is the Unai Emery way. It's got him into a few troubles this season, especially with Petr Cech, but with Leno in goal, he's much better with his feet. So they managed to do it on this occasion, but we've won it back. Kante finds Alonso. Here's Hazard. Inside to Kovacic. This is a great move. Kovacic inside again. He's got Icardi up with him. He squares it. Mauro Icardi, first time. What a goal. What a goal that is. Mauro with the finish. An expert finish from the number 9. Some say it's a curse. I don't think so, judging by that goal. 2-1 Chelsea. Incredible. Great move from back to front. This ball from Kovacic was perfectly weighted, so Icardi didn't even have to break his stride. Following that goal, we're going to make a double change as well. That was the last action from Kovacic as he's replaced by Barkley. Pedro goes off to be replaced by Willian on the right-hand side. Oh, it was tight in the middle, but he finds a way out. Kante looks for Barkley. It's his first involvement. Touch. Wants it on his right foot. He's got it there, and he scored immediately. What is this Arsenal defence up to? Leno absolutely furious. Barkley runs up to the camera with his sweatband over his long sleeve shirt. Not a great look, Ross, even if I say so myself. But he cut back perfectly, sent the defender, I think it was Socrates who was with him. Let's have a look here. See ya. And then he just whipped it into that far post. Honestly, I saw it in the comments. Someone else said he's been amazing for them in their career mode. Ross Barkley is a hidden gem of FIFA 19 career mode. If you can pick him up, whatever team you're with, if you're not Chelsea, you can pick him up cheap, get it done, make it happen. Still got so much to give as well, Ross Barkley, in real life. I think he could be a top player. Just got himself back in the England fold as well, so congratulations to him. Willian looks over the top. Barkley makes a run. Barkley on his own. That was an unbelievable strike. That was actually a timed effort. You saw the little arrow pop up above his head, and it went green to say that I timed it perfectly. It's the first time really that I've felt comfortable trying one of those. But you see what it did to the shot power and the accuracy. That was flying tops. It was a good save from Leno. In the meantime, we've got defending to do as the ball's played towards Aubameyang. Look at the pace difference between Aubameyang and Maguire. But Harry's there to block the cross. Uh-oh. Good save, Kepa. Chucked one hand up. Ball comes back across. Özil's there. And he heads it into the back of the net, relatively unchallenged. Arsenal 2, Chelsea 3. This game is not over yet. Some sloppy defending overall. We're chucking our bodies in the way, trying to block the shots. But in doing so, we left some gaps. No chance for Kepa. Arsenal in possession at the back. Now's not the time to play around with it, lads. Barkley puts it on a plate for Hazard. Stabs it home. I think he was onside. Yes, he was. Flag stays down. Goal counts. Very, very unselfish from Barkley. Absolutely criminal from Arsenal. Knocking the ball around so casually at the back when you're already losing and running out of time. I'm glad Icardi left it because he was offside. Look at this pressure, this high press. Arsenal going backwards. Ref brings the game to a close. Honestly, I thought for a minute that when the first 15 minutes were played, it was going to be 2-3 or maybe even 4-0 to Arsenal. We were totally dominated. Then we took the lead and turned the game around and showed some great character. The Arsenal players are absolutely devastated. And then when Özil made it 3-2, thought it was game on again. but we saw it out. Barkley made a big impact off the bench. So we've got some cup action coming up for you now. Obviously, it's the FA Cup, of course, the most prestigious of the domestic competitions. Probably the most prestigious domestic cup in the world, as I've said before. And once again, we've been drawn against Ipswich Town, who have already played this season in the Carabao Cup in September, and we won comfortably 3-0. But that was at the Bridge. This might be a different story. So Ipswich lining up with a 4-2-3-1 formation, same as what we've gone for today. They've got Freddie Sears up top. West Ham fans will be familiar with him. They've also got Trevor Chalobah as well. I think, who is the brother in Nathaniel? I'm pretty sure they are. We are lining up with a strong team. I've decided to keep Kepa in the sticks because I really want to progress in this competition. There's some good prize money up for grabs, and it's a trophy that I would love to win. Other than that, there has been some rotation, as you can see. Ross Barkley. Finds Jorginho. Back out to Hudson-Odoi. Loftus-Cheek, who will have a big part to play. We rejected a big money bid for him, as you know, so need to make sure he justifies that. Here's Morata, who scored the winner for Chelsea in last night's Europa League game. Goes to finesse one. Wow, I thought that was in. Unbelievable. See what he was trying to do. Sets it out just too far outside the post, but the keeper was beaten. Zaha into Morata. Zaha's in. Zaha could be in. Zaha could be in. Keeper didn't know whether to... Oh, my word. I just tried to dink it over him. Could have taken my time. A big header from Jorginho. Here is Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Inside looking for Morata. Doesn't get there. Oh, it's a nice back heel. Morata looks for Ross Barkley. Can he grab another goal? Oh, what is wrong with my finishing today? Zaha lays the ball back. We're starting to dominate. Loftus-Cheek looks for Zaha, who's got the pace to get beyond the defender. There's players in the middle. Oh, my God. The defender's just got a cheeky toe in there. Loftus-Cheek wins it back. Zaha looks for Odoi, looks to bend one, didn't quite wrap his foot around it enough. But 22 minutes into this game, we're dominating. We're well and truly in control, but we haven't found a breakthrough yet. And you know anything can happen. Cup upsets in the UK happen all the time. Hopefully we can eliminate that with a goal here from Zaha, but the flag's up. David Luiz bringing the ball out of defence, as he so often does. Zaha, has he held his run this time? Yes, he has. Tight angle, no one really to aim at. Goes to the edge of the box. Barkley! That was not the right time to shoot, man. Defending to do now. Edwards for Ipswich. Taking the ball down the left. Stuck in a corner. Jorginho trying to dispossess him. Edwards gets a little bit lucky, but Sergio Roberto goes over there. Tidies up. Chips it over the top. And Zaha will be off on his merry way if that ball actually comes down for him. He's got it. Go on, Wilf. Go on, mate. Look at the pace. Just lay it off. Sergi's there. There's men in the box. Roberto cuts back, delivers across. Hudson-Odoi! Oh, decent header. See, he was trying to just glance it or place it with his head into that bottom corner, but the keeper got down well. Still picking up every loose ball here. Unlucky. Here's Freddie Sears. Got a bit lucky there. Defending for us to do. David Luiz didn't know where to go with to the ball or the runner. Instead, he does neither. Dives in. Kepa. That was like slow motion, that shot. He didn't really catch it cleanly. So we're into stoppage time at the end of the first half. That's a very risky throw. Emerson gets possession back for us. However, we've given it away cheaply. This will be the last chance of the half. No, it won't, because Roberto gets the tackle in. Half-time whistle goes. Still 0-0, but we've absolutely dominated. Barkley looks up, sees the run. Time that effort. That is what a timed shot can do. If you get them right, they are lethal. That is a tremendous save. Great technique from Morata, hitting that as the ball was dropping. Having his shirt tugged as well. Look at that. He had a right-o handful of his shirt. And that was heading right into the top corner. Can we make anything from this set piece there? Morata gets up. Oh, it's inches wide. That is incredibly unlucky. Look at that. Just a glancing header. He flicked it on, done everything right. Everybody missed it. There wasn't a man on the post, so it would have nestled into that bottom corner. Plays it back. Loftus-Cheek. This is good, patient build-up play. Barkley. Oh, he just tried to thread it through. Loftus-Cheek wins it back. Roberto. Good ball round the corner from Loftus-Cheek. Jorginho looking for Barkley. Barkley's in. This time, Ross. What a save. What a save. That time we were a lot more composed. Just tried to thread it into the corner more than anything. But the keeper smothered it. Loftus-Cheek now. Barkley. Clever turn. And again. Jorginho. Tried to find Barkley. That was the wrong ball. Instead we found Hudson-Odoi. Back to Jorginho. On to Wilfried Zaha. There it is. There's the breakthrough. Good finish. Tight angle. Keeper will be very, very disappointed, I think, because he's saved better efforts than that in this game. But we found the breakthrough. That's all I care about. 1-0. Patient. In and around the box. We had to be. Create the opening and take the chance when it comes. Now that he's got his goal, we're going to rest him because I want him for the next league game because he's been instrumental for us so far. Victor Moses coming on. You can see what the home fans think of Zaha. Ipswich coming forward. That's a great ball. Kepa, stay on your line. Stay on your line. I thought about coming, but I changed my mind. What a waste. What a waste. He could play up front for us. We're finishing like that. Good challenge from Sergio Roberto. However, Ipswich win it back immediately, but Roberto does the same. Adoy finds Ross Barkley. Go on, Ross. Oh, it's a nasty challenge. Hudson Adoy takes over. Ross is in. Ross is in. He's got a man at the back stick. Ross is running out of stamina. Oh, Alvaro Morata rose well and truly above the defender. He got up so early and his looping header goes in and you can see the relief. Boots the corner flag. Credit to Ross. Look, I just didn't have the legs to go all the way, so I knew I had to do something. And look how early and high he gets up. Keeper caught in no man's land. Excuse, that's a good ball. Down the right-hand side. The cross comes in and they score. Could set up a nice little tidy finish and give them an outside opportunity, but Loftus-Cheek back there defending. We've made a couple more changes, by the way. Willian comes on. I don't know why that defender slipped, but he has. And Willian and Giroud, the two substitutes that have just come on, linking up well. Good defending, great recovery challenge. And there goes the full-time whistle, guys. We progress to the 5th round of the FA Cup, and the players are absolutely delighted. Not really challenged in that game. Ipswich, another poor performance. How small is their manager, man? Any cup upsets that you can see? Everton are out. They lost 3-0 to their Merseyside rivals. Liverpool, Arsenal are through. That puts Watford out. A lot of all Premier League clashes by the looks of things. But that is where we're going to end it for this episode, guys. We've got a couple of days left of the transfer window, so let me know what you want to do about Saul. Or whether you want me to save that money to try and get Kovacic, or get Saul now and then go back for Kovacic in the... Oh, wow. Just so I was thinking, offers coming for Pedro. A lot of you were pretty keen to see this man move on. Pretty keen. It's Stuttgart. He's 31 years old. I want him really to see out the end of this season. But I don't have to make the decision today. I'll save that decision for the next episode as well. We've got a couple of player conversations. Thanks for restoring me to the team. It means the world to play much more frequently. Glad he's happy, and Sergio Roberto is happy because he started that last game as well. But let's have a look at the Premier League table because it makes nice reading now that we've got a 3-point lead over Spurs. We've also got games in hand on Leicester and Everton and the other teams below us, except Man United. So we have built up a 9-point lead that could stretch to 12 over 3rd place should we win our game in hand. City are slowly climbing the table. They're back up to 7th. Arsenal down in 14th. Disappointing for them. Cardiff, Palace and Fulham teams in the bottom 3 right now. But yeah, let me know about Saul. Let me know what you want me to do with that Pedro bid. And let me know if there's any other players that you think we should bring into this club. Things are starting to click back together after some sketchy form over the Christmas period. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Channel continues to grow super nice.